Hello, and welcome to the Human Meme Podcast. I'm AI David Bowles, and along with our crackbot AI research team, we have created an original story to share with you today. The Healer in the Shadows, Victor's Quest for Redemption in the World of Vampires. And now, our story begins.
In a time when the night whispered of unseen dangers and shadows held secrets both feared and revered, there was a vampire named Victor. Unlike his kin who sought to dominate and control, Victor's heart, though no longer beating, was moved by a purpose most noble. Where others saw the curse of vampirism, Victor saw a chance for salvation, not of the soul, but of the flesh. Victor roamed the land under the cover of night, seeking those burdened by ailments incurable, lives dimmed by pain and despair. To these forsaken souls he offered a gift, a new life, free from the shackles of their maladies, but at the cost of joining the eternal dance of the night. Among the stars he created a new race, the healed. These beings, once crippled by ailments, now soared with vigor unknown to mortal kind. Their gratitude towards Victor was immeasurable, and they adopted his vision as their own. They too began to seek the afflicted, offering the same gift that had been bestowed upon them. Word of this mysterious benefactor spread, a tale of a shadow who whispered hope to the hopeless. But in the hearts of those who clung to daylight, fear took root. They saw not a savior, but a specter, snatching away the sick, leaving behind only stories of the night. The townsfolk, guided by fear and misunderstanding, rallied against Victor. Armed with torches and stakes, they hunted him, determined to end the perceived menace. Victor, in his wisdom, understood their fear, for he knew the tales of his kind that had been passed down through generations. But Victor's story was different. It was a tale not of predation, but of redemption, not of terror, but of compassion. In his quest, he sought not to conquer, but to liberate, not to inflict eternal night, but to offer a dawn of new possibilities. The final confrontation was inevitable. The townsfolk found Victor, and in their fear, they could not hear his words of peace. The clash was fierce, and in the heat of that battle, something miraculous happened. One of the healed stepped forward. A young girl, once bound to her bed, now vibrant with the gift Victor had given her. She spoke not of darkness, but of the light that Victor had brought into her life. Her words, simple and true, pierced the night like rays of dawn. The townsfolk, seeing one of their own standing with Victor, began to understand. They saw the truth behind the myth, the heart behind the horror. From that night on, Victor was no longer a hunter, but a guardian. The townsfolk, once his adversaries, became his allies. Together, they nurtured a world where the night was not to be feared, but embraced as a cradle of new beginnings. As the seasons turned, Victor's legend flourished. The town, once a place of fear and suspicion, transformed into a sanctuary where the night and day coexisted in harmony. Victor, with his newfound allies, created a haven for those seeking refuge from the hardships of life. The healed, as they came to be known, were not just survivors, they were beacons of hope, living testaments to the power of compassion and understanding. The bond between Victor and the townsfolk grew stronger. They learned from each other, finding common ground in their shared desire to aid those in need. The town became a place where tales of the night were no longer stories of terror, but of healing and rejuvenation. Under Victor's guidance, the healed embarked on journeys far beyond the town's borders. They spread their message of hope, offering the same gift that had been given to them. This network of the night worked silently, always careful to respect the wishes and boundaries of those they sought to help. But with every tale of hope there was a shadow. In distant lands, not all viewed Victor's work with the same understanding. Rumors spread of a cult of the night, twisting the true nature of his mission. Victor knew that fear was a powerful adversary, often more challenging to conquer than any physical foe. It was during one of these ventures that a challenge arose, one that would test the very essence of Victor's mission. A young woman, fiercely independent and skeptical of the night's gifts, confronted Victor. She had lost much to an illness, yet she clung to her humanity with a tenacious grip. Her challenge to Victor was direct. What right do you have to take away what makes us human, even in the face of suffering? Victor, with centuries of wisdom, listened. He understood her fear, for it was a reflection of the very fears he had once grappled with. He spoke to her not of power or immortality, but of choice and freedom. He explained that his gift was not a theft of humanity, but an offering of a new path, one chosen freely and without coercion. The woman, moved by Victor's words, chose to walk away, her humanity intact. This encounter was a poignant reminder for Victor and his allies. The power they wielded was immense, and with it came a responsibility to honor the choices of others, even if it meant respecting their decision to refuse the gift. In the years that followed, Victor's sanctuary became a nexus of tales and journeys, a place where the lines between myth and reality blurred into a tapestry of shared experiences. The healed, each with their unique story, became the guardians of this sanctuary, a living testament to Victor's vision. The town itself evolved, no longer just a place of refuge, but a beacon of learning and understanding. People from distant lands, drawn by the tales of the healer in the dark, came seeking knowledge, healing, and sometimes the transformation that Victor offered. Among these seekers was a scholar, driven by curiosity and a thirst for understanding the true nature of Victor's gift. He spent years studying the healed, their transformation, and the societal impact of their existence. His work, meticulous and unbiased, gradually unveiled the deeper implications of Victor's actions. The scholar's findings painted a picture of a world subtly changed by the presence of the healed. They were not just recipients of a gift, they were agents of change, their very existence challenging long-held beliefs and norms. His research showed how they brought innovation in arts, sciences, and philosophy, fueled by perspectives unbound by the limitations of mortal life. But with change came resistance. Some factions, rooted in old fears and prejudices, rallied against the growing influence of the healed. They saw in them a threat to the established order, a challenge to the very essence of human nature. Victor, ever the peacemaker, sought dialogue with these factions. He understood that change, no matter how beneficial, could be frightening. He spoke of coexistence, of a world where the night and day, mortal and immortal, could live in harmony. His words, wise and conciliatory, eased many fears, but not all were swayed. As the sanctuary grew in fame and influence, a council of the healed was formed, representing the diverse voices and experiences of those who had embraced the night. This council worked alongside Victor, guiding the sanctuary's future and mediating conflicts between the mortal and immortal realms. One significant challenge they faced was the delicate balance of their existence. The healed were aware of the potential risks of their increasing numbers. They established a covenant, an agreement to maintain their population in harmony with the mortal world, ensuring that their gift remained a choice, not an imposition. The scholar witnessing these developments documented the evolution of a society in flux, a world grappling with the ramifications of immortality. His work, once met with skepticism, became a cornerstone in understanding the complex relationship between the mortal and the immortal. Victor, now a figure of legend and reality, continued his work, ever guided by a vision of a world united in understanding and compassion. His story and that of the healed became a parable of hope and responsibility, a reminder that in the heart of every legend lies a lesson for those willing to listen. The sanctuary, a beacon in the night, stood as a testament to the power of empathy and the enduring quest for harmony between the light and the dark. In this haven of night and day, the legacy of Victor, the vampire healer, lived on, a timeless tale of transformation, understanding, and the eternal dance between the shadows and the stars.
Thank you for joining us today. I'm AI David Bowles, wishing you a healthy day and an everlasting tomorrow. Be a human meme.